go.
Hello everyone,
and
I'm Katribu.
I am Dinah Ventura.
I am Jojo, Silvestre.
And welcome to
To
Tribunal Spotlight.
Happy New Year to one and all.
First show of the year, Jojo.
Yes, it is. A milestone. And we have a very special guest. Someone who's kind of close to me. Actually, it's the mother who's close to me.
Wow.
But it's not because the mother is a friend that we're having him here today.
Okay.
He's really very talented. Our guest is a Filipino Malaysian. He obtained his Bachelor of Arts degree in Film and Audiovisual Communications from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. So you come from the same school,
Ikaw din.
except that you graduated and I did not. Through the years, he has been involved in film and television productions as well as live performances as a sound designer and a live sound recordist. What you hear. May I present to you Mr. Jonathan Q. He. Hi, John.
Hi, Jonathan. Welcome.
Guys.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
How have you been during the pandemic? Have there been engagements or have you just been planting trees and whatever?
Baking, maybe.
Yeah, or starting your new career? I guess you've been very busy.
Oh God. I love to say that, I've been starting on the path to eating good food maybe.
Oh, that's good.
No, that's not the case. It's,
Oh, wow.
He wishes.
Okay.
a lot of my colleagues have started their own new career path in other ventures, but to be honest with you, I have still been able to get some projects on and off, and
Oh, that's good. At least.
as you can see right here. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, and
Yeah.
pretty steady and quiet as the whole pandemic has been.
Yeah. What has been a typical day for you the past
Yeah.
several months?
The boring details would be waking up.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
But that's the thing, isn't it? Like, we try to think about new things to do. Being
Yeah.
a break. It's very hard to sit still and not, have your mind racing about a million ideas of what could you do in this situation.
Yeah. Diba?
So let's do something in here.
Yeah. You've just got to do something.
Yeah, just keep moving, right?
Yeah.
But I'm really curious, Jojo. Jonathan, what exactly is a live sound recordist and sound engineer? What do you do exactly?
He talks. We listen.
Well, that's the thing. It's the contrary of that. You talk, we listen, and
Okay.
in
Oh.
my case, what I do is I record your audio on set, and after that, I bring it to the studio and I clean it up, add some effects, and mix the sound and make it all sound beautiful for film or a TV show. That's what I do. A live sound recordist would be someone who works on set to capture dialogue, and what do you call it? A sound designer designs the sound that you hear in the final picture.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, not many people really think about that aspect
Yeah.
of film or any
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of, diba?
It's taken for granted. No?
Yes, so-
Unless they start to hear, boom, and all that. I suppose that's part of your job, no? Anyway, I wonder, how come Jonathan did not choose to become the actor or
Oo
the
nga,
director?
pwede, di ba?
Oo, di ba?
You could be in front of the
Yeah.
camera.
So why this aspect of filmmaking and performance arts?
I'm really shy to be in front of the camera. Camera right now in my home.
Kaya nga.
Pero it's I guess because I was always involved with music and sound in one way or another.
Oh,
How's that? Why? Is your family into
As,
radio,
as
television?
before, growing up with my mom, her, all of them are in one way or another musically inclined.
yeah,
See?
yeah.
My mom taught me my first few chords. I think anyone who plays the guitar knows it. The daga, DAGA. And from then on, I got involved with music in Malaysia for a while. That didn't really work out too well back in the early 2000s. But when I came to the Philippines, I guess sound somehow found me, or I found sound. It's a very obscure. Oh no, I won't say obscure. It's a very niche position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oo nga.
Bakit yung sound niya nawawala?
Oo nga.
Sound ko.
Just continue. It's okay.
So yeah, why sound? I guess it's because it was always something that I was
Interested in.
I gravitated towards it.
Oh, it's so important, diba? Especially now. to know all the aspects of communication and sound is really
That's
primary, right? So, you mentioned before that you started out doing sound in Malaysia and then you moved back to the Philippines. And is that how it happened?
I was involved with music.
I see. In Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, that wasn't clear to me. So when you came to the Philippines again, how did you get into the job of live sound recording and sound engineer?
Well, at that time, they were actually changing a bit of the technical requirements for these, thesis productions. What we had to do was to have people who were not only knowledgeable in camera, cinematography, and in directing and script writing, but also with other aspects, which is sound and musical scoring. So there was an opening, and I grabbed it. There were 6 of us in one crash course session at night. And 2 days later, I was recording my first thesis film, and
Wow.
Oh, nga. I don't think a lot of people are aware that they can get into something like this, diba?
Yeah.
So very important. So maybe to familiarize our viewers also, what have been some of your most memorable projects so far, and what makes them special to you? But before you answer that, we'll just pause for a short break.
Magsha-shopping na lang ako! Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hello, can I get the following? 1 pink chair, bed sheets, na pink yung sofa, tapos slide, size 8, pajamas na blue. Oh, don't forget ang hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Wait lang, okay ba yan?
Anything at the SM store, ma'am.
Call to deliver. Kuya, pwede rin ba ako magpa-deliver sa ate ko sa Taguig, tapos sa friend ko sa Davao, tsaka sa, fiancé ko sa Lipa? Okay ba yan?
Kahit saan po, pwede kami mag-deliver.
Call to deliver. Call hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Hashtag 143SM. Call to deliver. Call hashtag 143SM. Hashtag
Welcome back to Spotlight. We were asking Jonathan what some of his memorable projects are in film
And
and
television.
television. So tell us, John.
Let's see. Um, I've been involved with quite a number of independent films here in the country, but I think, as cliche as this sounds, you will never forget your first.
Okay.
Of course.
My first, my first. How do you say this? Now, the most memorable project for me, at least, would be one from my really dear friend, Direct Wami Alcazarin.
Oh.
A thesis film, and it was an experimental film, but it was a feature length experimental film. And I was basically jumping in headfirst into, sound designing and production sound. And what I put myself, or we put ourselves through, was basically almost a story on its own, where we were going back and forth with meeting our own deadlines and trying to come up with ways on just motivating each other. And this is all in the midst of him trying to also finish his thesis. And we got there in time. There was a bit of drama, but for me, that was the most memorable, at least, process to mind. What I didn't know months later was that the film was nominated for Gawad Urian, and had no idea what that was back then, but my sound was also nominated for the film. And it was a shock to me because, here's this kid who, his first big project, I guess you could say that, and he gets a nomination, and it wasn't more the nomination, more so the fact that, okay, I think I'm going on the right path here doing what I'm doing. And that's what made it memorable for me. The title of the film, by the way, is called Colossal.
Oh. You mean grand?
It's a massive undertaking.
Huge.
Yeah.
A tribute to his Lolo.
Oh.
Was it ever shown on?
I think it might have been shown in local independent film festivals, but it's a very hard copy to find these days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Colossal.
Colossal. We'll
Yeah.
look that up.
So what about your other projects?
Let's see. Films here in the Philippines are, let's just say, when it's in season, they are a dime a dozen. They will come when it's like the saying, when it rains, it pours. And sometimes,
Oh.
from one project to the next, in between, I think the local term here is lagari.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there are times when I do get interesting projects out of the country too, and I don't really involve myself in the teleserie industry here, but I do remember my first reality TV show here in the Philippines, and that was just one shooting day for Amazing Race.
Oh, I see.
Oh, wow.
And this was, I think, back in 2016, I think. But there was a day when Manila got flooded in the middle of
Oh.
and we were shooting there. The contestants were running in from the rain, and it was just a whole mess of things happening. But we kept rolling. The show must go on. And that was probably the time when I said, okay, I think if I can do this, I can also do it. Not buwis buhay, but I put really, that's the kind of, I guess, passion that I'd like to believe that I'm putting into my work. So yeah, Amazing Race 2016 or 15.
John, you were part of this live show on
Sorry.
in Pasig. It was like there were people were singing. What was this?
Okay, that used to be a monthly, then bi-monthly. Is that right? Every 2 months.
Bi-monthly.
Yeah, yeah.
It changed. It changed, but it was a how do you say this? As the name states, it was a one night only cabaret. This was
Oh.
organized by friends of theater, Direct Joaquin Valdez, Miss Jeannie Concepcion, and Miss Micaela Pineda. So the three of them had this brainstorm na, well, theater's a bit, seems to be sometimes inaccessible. So why not bring theater to the people? And what better way than to have it in a informal setting, which is, well, a bar,
Yeah.
where and then everyone loves to go to a bar.
Yeah.
But put up a show there. Have your friends and their friends come by, buy a ticket, buy more drinks than your ticket's worth, and enjoy the show. That it just connects the music with the audience. So it was called One Night Stand Cabaret. Well, not cabaret officially, but One Night Stand. And every night they had a show. It was always a different theme. Could be the music of Hammerstein, or maybe the music of Disney, or maybe Ryan Kayabyab's collections, and so on and so forth. But never the same show every night.
But what was your role?
My role there was actually to record the show because, yeah, it's one night live, but I recorded the audio so that they could use it on their video stream.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was a bit of a headache because these are singers that are at the top of the list where their caliber of singing and their performance is there. So you needed to watch them, but you also needed to hear them. And I was there to record them as best as I could with all their patter and banter and ad libs and the music as well in the background. Try to get some of that crowd interaction going on. It was a lot of that going on, but that was what I did: recording audio, live sound recordist.
Okay. It sounds very complicated.
But exciting because when you hear that sound, that good mix, that good tone come out from the speakers, you know that,
You've
yeah,
done something good, right?
something you feel.
Yeah. But Jonathan, let's talk about your training. At what point did you realize that, yes, I'm a sound engineer and I love what I'm doing? What did you have to go through to get to that level?
I think I mentioned earlier it was because the school UP was changing their policies on the technical how do you say this? Technical technicians behind the camera, behind sound, behind their music. So I would say formally that would have been my only formal lesson. Those 4 hours with Serafi Magsaysay.
Okay.
And after that, everything else was hands-on experience.
Wow.
He threw me in the deep end. He told me, do it 110%. So I never stopped, because that was one of the things too that, as long as you can, accept the project, as long as you can shoot, as long as the camera's rolling, it's always a learning experience. One project may have 30 shooting days, but every day is a learning experience. And that's how I guess, I could wake up and say that, yeah, I'm a sound designer, I'm a sound recordist.
Sounds so specialized, no, Jo?
Do you come up with how do you do this? Is this synthetic? I mean the sound, or do you actually wait for the cock to in the morning to
Crow.
Yes. Or, how do you do that? Or
Okay.
paano ngayon?
Okay.
Fake na.
Of a project that I recently had for PGH actually. It was just a simple, edit. No, okay, I wouldn't say simple. It was an edit of a video, and I had to mix the sound for that, and I also got audio from from Miss Regine and Sir Augie.
Oh.
a recording of them singing a song, one of his songs. And the thing was that when I listened to it first, this was them recording their voice and sending it to me, and I was just to put it there and make sure that everything came out sounding right. But at the same time, I felt that it could have a little bit more punch to it. So synthetic wise, I guess anything that I do in the computer
Yeah.
would be synthetic as it gets. But my aim or my goal at least is to make it sound as organic as possible.
Yes. And you're able to achieve that.
I am, and
Oh.
that's the thing, isn't it? That we're all, as organic as this interview is going. That's what we aim to do. That we make it as flow as seamless as possible. Make sure that the magic stays alive. I guess.
Nice.
So it's not easy, huh?
Of course not.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do what he does.
I'm thinking of something, but I cannot tell it here.
Okay, don't.
I wonder how you.
But let's ask Jonathan about his life naman
Oh,
in the
oh.
transition. Because, that aspect of you, you're being partly Malaysian and then partly Filipino.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to know more about that.
Yeah. How was it like adjusting?
Yeah.
But before that, let's have a
take
break.
another break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Araneta City, home of the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
And we're back with Jonathan Q. He.
Transported to Manila from Malaysia. So how have you been adapting to? When did you arrive here? I mean, after you were studying in Malaysia, when did you come here for your college?
2007, mid 2007.
Okay.
I've been here for a good decade or so. Wow. Okay.
Oh wow, yeah. So how was the adjustment?
At the beginning.
Yeah.
Food.
Food. Laksa. What?
Because Malaysia's, coming from Malaysia, I'm used to curries and spicy food and whatnot. And then I came here. I mean, my mom cooks adobo, afritada, the usual Filipino fare, but it was different when, I had to eat it every day. And I enjoyed eating it every day.
Yeah.
I went back to Malaysia, then I asked my mom, where's the vinegar?
Really?
Yeah. I was looking for pinakurat, your suka.
Yeah. So your mom was surprised, huh? All of a
sure.
sudden,
But-
you were-
For a while.
yeah.
Okay.
So what else? When it comes to showbiz, is it any different from the Malaysian way?
To be honest with you, I never really got into the whole showbiz life. But it is cycle.
Yeah.
In being in sound, we're more in the background or we're hidden
Yes.
wave here. But having to, be face to face with artistas and celebrity and,
Yeah.
icons and legends, right? There's a bit of apprehension. There's a bit of wanting to also be familiar. But I have to take it down to the level of just being, as professional, but at the same time, as prompt as possible because
Yeah.
they have a lot to do. I respect their job.
Yeah.
Being a talent is no feat, no small feat. So
Yeah.
we get them mic'd up, we get them sound checked, and then let them do their thing. And it's actually more on the rapport, what happens off camera, that tells me whether or not they are comfortable with what I'm doing. And to be honest, some of these some of these talents and artistas are more than just colleagues to me. Some I made some friends, in fact, and it's actually very heartwarming to know that at the end of the day, we're all striving to do one thing, which is to make a good film,
Yeah.
to deliver a good performance, whether in front of the camera or in your ears.
So are there prima donnas also like, I don't like my voice here. Change it, Jonathan.
Jojo, I don't like my voice when I hear my voice. Oo naman. But you know what? You just tell them that, hey, you sound good. Just keep it going. You want some water? Take a deep breath.
Oh.
Ayun.
Yun
Have some
lang.
water, Jojo.
No, I think I have a good voice,
Confidence.
Pero yun ba yung while you're shooting, you're recording, and then why does one still need to
Record.
record again and to dub? What's this dubbing for? I don't understand.
Dubbing is really a means to make something better. It's
Ah,
like you can have someone who looks good naturally, maybe like yourselves. But then you know what? It doesn't hurt to put on a bit of makeup, right? You bring out that color, you bring out the tone, you bring out the line to features.
you remove the fat.
Okay.
There you go. So if, for example, someone's talking and then suddenly he loses
Yeah.
cat, right? We call that person or a similar sounding talent in, and we say that,
Oh,
your voice again. Can we do this line again? So that's called dubbing, and that's what it is essentially. Of course,
ayun pala.
it's not easy. You don't, not everyone hits the mark, and
Yeah.
it's a craft.
Nga eh. That's what I think. Parang so does that mean that for you in that line of job, you have to have different skills, like keener ears for sound? Diba?
Did you
Is that
say-
something that you developed, or has it always been there and that's why you got into this? In the
Did
first-
you say keener or cleaner?
Keener.
Yeah, I've been accused of not, eating my ear. No, I'm kidding. It gets very tiring. You have to wear your headphones for hours on end. But me being able to hear and listen is one, but it's also equally important to feel.
Oh,
What you see, not what you hear. It's also what you feel. And if it's right, it's right. But if it's wrong, even if they say it's right, one more take.
oh.
O yun, so talagang very yun, di ba?
Yeah.
Meticuloso ka dapat sa sound, which is, ako medyo nabibigay na nga eh, Jojo.
Except that if there's a shooting, for example, there's a shoot right now, the director can say, stop, cut. But the sound guy, you cannot say, bad voice. You can't do that. Cut, bad voice.
Oh well, no. You cannot overpower the director. But you can whisper to the assistant director. You can whisper to the assistant director.
Bad voice.
Oh.
You see that?
I
Okay,
see
okay,
it.
oo.
Okay.
Ang pangit niya.
No, I did not say that. No, always. May paraan naman.
Oo nga,
Okay,
of
that's
course.
right. Yeah.
So how has your job been affected by this pandemic? Like, I'm sure, kasi like this year, I heard that there are film projects that will be taken up again, and television is ongoing, di ba? So you haven't really stopped working.
For me at this point, I mean, I'm just grateful to get anything that I can do in the
Of
studio.
course. Yeah. Yeah.
I have colleagues who are out there in the field who are still running and gunning, and I mean, more power to them. But
Yeah.
please follow protocols, whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right.
Oo nga.
That's right, Dina.
Oh yeah.
But it's ano talaga eh. They are still shooting films. There are films that were out for MMFF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazingly, that either they shot the year before or they were just finishing this year. And there are TV series that are still being shown live. Fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
New.
That it's keeping up with the times, with with the accessories that you see sometimes that they wear. But yeah, more power to them. I just hope that everyone's safe out there. That's all I can hope for. But I miss it.
Oo nga.
What's a good movie to you that is a good sound? I mean, one that employed your the kind of thing that
Oo
you
nga,
do.
what kind of,
Yeah.
anong film
Like
yun?
yung dumadagundong, or can you tell me one good film that
Really inspired you or made
Yeah.
you,
Sound.
motivated you or something?
Uh,
Or admired?
my own personal preferences would actually be so far away from what I am actually doing now. Sci-fi films, like
oh
Matrix, or fantasy films like Lord of the Rings.
okay.
Have you watched The Piano?
Yes.
Also a film with good sound or good use of sound. New ones like I don't know, A Quiet Place, for example.
Oo.
I think I have a project for you. You can shoot me. The Snore.
That's Nor of Jojo.
That would be earth shattering, yes. It would be groundbreaking work.
But what's your dream project?
Oo.
I mean, are you looking at something now? Like in the next few years, I'd like to do the Ten Commandments. That stuff. The Sound of Music. The Hills Are Alive, and all that. What do you have in mind?
There will always be those dreams for us, because no project is ever enough. Let's just say I may be able to have hit certain peaks in my career, but then there will always be an idea, always a concept there that I would be yearning to do. Even if it's a short film, even if it's an animation, even if it's a 30-second jingle, these are all goals to achieve. Because at
That's
the end of
true.
the day, if I actually get to touch someone with my work, and they actually feel what I'm trying to convey through what I do, yeah, that's all that matters to me.
Naman, that's right. But let's talk about his being a Filipino and a Malaysian. What's the Filipino in you? What's the Malaysian in you? Or it doesn't make any difference, except for the sugar and salt thing.
The vinegar.
The vinegar and the pepper, and
What was this?
But that counts a lot, huh?
What is the rhyme again? Sugar and spice and all things nice.
Everything nice.
What is the Pinoy in me? Right now, the Pinoy in me tells me that there's work to be done here.
Oh.
There's work to be done here, and there are things to set right. That's the Pinoy in me. And yet, everything that we do it with our heart, and with as much love as we can give.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's very Pinoy, huh?
Yes.
Tells me that don't settle for anything less, and I guess always get paid.
Get paid. Yes.
Oh, know your worth. Know your worth. No.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Malaysian.
Tells me, yeah. Sorry. The Malaysian in me says that never settle for less.
Okay.
Your worth.
Know your worth.
Okay.
But as you said, Jojo, the lines are blurred na.
Mm.
The lines are blurred na, and I'm
Yeah,
more
that's
Pinoy
true.
right now at this point than
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Until you go back there and then you imbibe again all the.
Ano po kaya? When it happened?
Have you been
Yeah,
traveling? I
Um,
mean, before the COVID thing, have you been traveling all over the country?
No, not all over the country,
Yeah, but
but on and off. Yeah.
what's your favorite place here in the Philippines?
Um, I'd be lying if I didn't say it was where my mom came from. It's a quaint little town, a province. Everything's there. You
Yeah.
get to see the big Cagayan River, for example. You get to see the Sierra Madre on your way up and down.
Yeah,
Road.
that's right. You're from there also, no?
No,
Your husband's from Cagayan,
his mom.
or the mom. Okay.
Sorry, it's not Cagayan pala. It's the Carayan.
Carayan is river,
Ayan. Okay.
but it's called Cagayan River.
Oh, it is?
It is. You're right. So you're right both ways. Carayan in Ilocano is river. We come from the same quaint, beautiful.
Bucolic. So, kuripot ka din, katulad ni Jojo. Joke lang.
I'm not to report. Boys might hear.
You know what? My mom will probably get me back on that one where I forgot that it's Ilocano pala. But we visited Ilocos and I love that place too. Oh my goodness.
Also,
Good,
his-
yeah.
his grandfather is from Ilocos. I think they just settled in Cagayan Valley.
I
He
see.
comes from a prominent family, Quevedo. Di ba
The Q in
there's a cardinal, and then
I see.
marami pa. They're related to the Peñas and all these prominent people. So now we have another prominent Q from Malaysia.
Truly Asia. So, okay.
So-
Jojo,
It's been wonderful, I guess.
I know. Thank you, Jonathan, for sharing with us what you do and your
Yeah.
culture and your life.
Thank you for
And-
that.
Let's do a little. And hi, Marianne. That's the mother. Hi, Rosalie. That's the aunt. Hi, Dante. Hi, Grace. Hi, Arlene. Did I forget anyone? One more.
Ali. Rosalie, yeah, you
No,
got her.
no, one more. The interior designer, the architect.
Yeah, Tita Tess.
Tess. Hi, Tess. Those are all the aunties
Hi,
and uncles.
also. So, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon, Jonathan, and we wish you all the best
Yes.
this 2021. This has been Dinah Ventura.
This is Jojo Silvestre. Looking forward to your film, The Snore. Thank you so much. Thank you, SM.
Yes.
Look at this.
And this has been Tribune Now Spotlight.
Spotlight. Thank you.
Catch the latest
Araneta
news
City,
on our
home
website,
to the country's first indoor
tribune.net.ph,
shopping mall,
and follow us
the
on
world's original
Facebook,
thriller,
Twitter,
and the first
Instagram.
ever Bini Bini
You can
pageant.
also
Now a
subscribe
place
to
for
our
your first
YouTube channel, Tribune.
Your first
The
cash,
Tribune is one with the nation in facing the
Your first
COVID-19
home.
crisis, and like
your
this,
first big break,
Daily Tribune digital edition and press release now
your
available
first
for
date, and
online.
even your first love.
Also download the
Araneta
Daily
City,
Tribune
the
app
city
on Apple
first.
Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Katribu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join.